Hello and welcome everyone. Danny Garola here with Stampin' the Pink Barn, coming to you from a nice and moist but warm Tucson, Arizona. So yes, today it's just been a wonderful day. It has been getting pretty warm within this last week. I think yesterday we got up, it was either yesterday or the day before, we got up to like 85, which they were saying was completely like unseasonable heats at this time of year. But today, even though it has been very cloudy and rainy, it's still been 75 degrees today. That's what we got up to today. That was our highs. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Denise. Welcome, you guys. So yeah, so it's warm but wet. We did just a little bit ago, we just had a hailstorm come through. It only lasted like a matter of moments, like you sneezed and you missed it. Oh, I was gonna say, is that for the...
You don't need that.
My sweet mother is bringing me my coffee. Ooh. Oh, and she made it all nice and fancy. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a coffee coming in today because her and my son have been going on walks like every day of the week. And so they left before I came over here and I was like, oh geez, I hope they're back in time because I gotta have my coffee. Because nobody makes coffee like she makes coffee. Hello, Vicky. Yeah, so it's been, just hanging out, just trying to stay, dry. It's really kind of weird because when we moved down here to Arizona, it was completely opposite of what we were used to. And that's kind of one of the reasons lower on the list of why we moved down here. But we moved from Portland, Oregon, where it's very moist. It's, wet all the time. You're constantly dealing with mildew and, just all those things. You're constantly kind of like nasally and you get pneumonia is very prominent up there because of all the moisture. And then you move down here, which was, again, one of the reasons why we moved down here was because with my daughter's condition, she needs to be in a dry climate. So here there's not very much moisture or humidity. The only time we really have humidity is during monsoons, and it's very minute and it goes by quite quickly. So it's kind of like when we have a cloudy day here, as much as I would never move back to the rain and the moisture all the time, it's very nice to have it when we do have it down here. Because I do like the sun, don't get me wrong. And there's so many people who think that I'm crazy because I miss the snow, I miss the cold. And they're just like, you're crazy. That's the whole point of why people move down here. And I'm like, well, yeah, but ours was for different reasons because my grandparents were, my grandfather just died. And so that was the main reason why we moved down here, was to take care of my grandmother. So anyways, about that. So, oh my gosh, you guys, down to business. Can you believe that we are already towards the end of our celebrations? Like, it just seems wild to me. It feels like we had just had New Year's and we had just started Celebration and the hype was just unbelievable. There were so many cool things that came out. And then, January's over. Then February comes around and they come out with a new, more to celebrate stuff that they put on our celebrations list. And now it's almost over. We have the rest of today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then after Thursday at midnight, Mountain Time, it's done. It's done for this year. I do remember back in the day, wasn't that long ago, but we used to have two celebrations during the year. We would have one in the beginning of the year and one towards the end of the year. And since they've switched, it's kind of like this big hype that after the holidays, that Celebration is coming around at the beginning of the year. So when it's gone, you're just like, oh, I kind of miss all those fun freebies that come along. So, hello, Cheryl. Hello, Linda. So yeah, it's just one of those things where you're just like, oh my gosh, all these things that I have to now get like shared with you guys because it is coming so close to an end that I feel like there's so much that I haven't shared with you that was a part of Celebrations. Yeah, a lot of people love the 2 times a year, and you know, I've heard good and bad with it. Some people are like, yeah, it saved me money not having it twice a year, but in the same sense, they were getting free things with it. So it kind of made it a win-win. I don't know. I'm not in charge. I'm not the boss. I just keep my mouth shut and just do what I'm told. So, I hope you guys got to see mystery stamping on Wednesday. It was a really, really super cute card that I had created for you guys. If you have not gotten your card created, you can always watch that over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. And you can go to the right-hand column. It'll say mystery stamping. When you click that, it's going to pop up. The very first one that's going to pop up is going to be February's mystery stamping. That's the one that we just currently got done doing. I do this monthly. And so with that, you still have time to go ahead and create your card. And if you're not already a part of the Pink Barn Stampers group here on Facebook, you're really going to want to join that. We have so much fun, and people have so many cards that they love to post and inspire everyone. The mystery stamping challenge is awesome. I highly recommend everybody to join in that. I do a giveaway the following Wednesday. So that is coming up this Wednesday, so in 2 days. So make sure you get your card posted over there. You can read all about it on my blog there in stampinthepinkbarn.com, there on that blog post. Hello, Denise. Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Kay. Okay, so I think I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I don't really have too much news for you. We are still waiting for our, as a lot of you guys saw, we finally found an RV that we fell in love with, and we have already put the down payment on it, and we are waiting for it to go through inspection because they got it from another dealership, and it just came into a dealership. Then they got their hands on it. So now they have to do a complete inspection on it, make sure everything is working throughout the coach, and then we can go and pick it up. But it's not just as easy as going and picking it up. We will have to have a full rundown of how everything works. So I'm anticipating us being there for probably the full day. They will have to go through everything with us because I have never owned a big, huge Class A motorhome like this. And I have been watching so many YouTube videos on how to drive it. Isn't that silly? I've been driving for so many years, but I don't know how to drive this bus. Never been a bus driver. I can't mark that off of my my career choices. So yeah, I'm kind of tripping, really am. It's one of those things where it's like, it's such a big, heavy beast that it could really do some damage. And I don't want to be the one to cause that damage. I would, oh my gosh, I would lose my stuff. But in the same sense, I cannot wait for the adventure that is, you know, in front of us. Like, there are so many things and stuff that we want to see and take my daughter to. You know, the adventures are endless now. Like, I was even talking about driving through Canada and going to Alaska because I would love to see Canada. Again, going to that cold, frosty, that just sounds, oh, that sounds wonderful. We could stop and build a snowman. Maybe see Elsa and Anna. So my oldest daughter, her biological father and his family live in Alaska. They live in Fairbanks. So I would love to go up there, and him and I and my current husband, we're all really good friends and, you know, are on good terms and all that kind of stuff. He's married and she is an amazing person. So it would just be really kind of cool to go up there and have them show us their country. We watch a lot of Alaskan, off the grid living. Now that's not my jam, but I like watching it. I love how people can make that work. As much as I'm like a people person, I'm kind of recluse, but then again, I could never live like that, so far away and so recluse that I would probably mess with my own head if I didn't have human interaction. So it's just kind of cool to see how these people like really make it happen, and they live off the land and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of fascinating, but again, not something I ever want to do. Hello, Karen. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Anna. Welcome, you guys. Okay, so enough about all that. I will definitely let you guys know when we get it. And I'm excited, but then, like I said, I'm a little weary because I've never driven anything like that. The guy there did tell us that he would definitely make sure we were comfortable driving it while we were in his, realm, so he can walk us through like, okay, watch this, watch that. You're getting close to this, you're getting close to that, because, So, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on all that fun stuff. So, hello, Vicky. I'm going to get you guys flipped around. Hello, Frida. And we're going to talk a little bit of shop, and then we're going to get down to making some super cute cards. I've got some giveaways for this week. I have a cute card that came in the mail from Miss Karen, who just popped in here with us. So yeah, let me get you guys flipped around and we will get right down to business. All right, hold tight. Okay, let me move this just a bit so you're not staring at lights glaring back at you. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this down just a hair so you guys are more centered on my mat here. Let's tip. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. Hello, Courtney. All right, so for the month of March, we have our Memorable Meadows. This is the current paper pumpkin that you can subscribe to. I can't wait to play with the Sweet Springtime. That is the one that I will be doing the alternatives for coming up on the 29th. So this Thursday, I will be going live for that. This is the Memorable Meadows. It coordinates with the Meandering Meadows Sweet Collection, which is, I mean, it is such a popular suite right now that is just gorgeous. So this is going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut vellum pieces, and wood embellishments. Coordinating with the Meandering Meadows, which I had just said, coordinating colors are Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, which is going to be your classic Stampin' Spot, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, Gorgeous Grape, and Fresh Freesia. And then, of course, you can always do the add-on, which went with the last 3 months that we had just had, because now since we're doing our Paper Pumpkins quarterly, they're adding, the add-on will be for the quarter. So since March, as soon as our March one is over with, they will then do April, May, and June, which would be the second quarter. And then they'll do another coordinating. Now, I don't know if it's going to be dies or what it's going to be, but it will be another add-on for the 3 month kits. So I like that they're doing that now. So we're not like constantly, having to continuously buy things for just the one kit. I like that it lasts you for all 3 kits now. So yeah, I will be playing with this one on Thursday. This one actually has a free stamp set inside of it. So if you sign up and you subscribe to this kit, you're going to not only get 1 stamp set in there, but you're going to get 2. So that's pretty cool that they do that. Also, since we are still in celebrations, if you don't want to just subscribe and you want to do the prepaid subscription, that is absolutely an option. And with that option, you're going to get some celebrations items in with that. So if you do the 3-month subscription, you're going to qualify for 1 level 1 celebration item. If you do the 6th-month subscription, you're going to qualify for 2 level 1s or 1 level 2. If you do the 12-month subscription, you're going to do 4 level 1 or 2 level 2s, and you're going to qualify for some Stampin' Rewards, which is going to give you back $24.30 for you to then purchase more items with that amount of money. So that's pretty cool that they do that. Also, right now through Thursday, our join special is still available for you guys to do to join my team. The starter kit is $99, but you have 2 options right now. So yeah, like I said, $99, and you get to pick $125 worth of product out of any of our current catalogs. So if you want to add to your collection, or if you're new to stamping and you would really like to get some, some of our ink pads, you want to get a couple of stamp sets, you can pick anything you want for the $125. I do always recommend that you kind of go through your list and try to get as close to the $125 as possible, because you can't go over that. But right now, we have some extra goodies coming your way during celebrations. So you can either pick this glass mat, which is option number 1. It's going to come with this silicone pad. It's also going to come with a cloth chamois. So that is option number 1, the glass mat studio. Or option number 22 is going to give you $30 extra worth of product. So now, instead of getting $125, you get to pick $155 with option number 2. And still, with both of those options, you still only pay $99. There are no hidden agendas behind this. It is just clearly if you want to become a discount shopper, because then going forward, all of your orders, you're going to get a discount on. Also, you are going to get free shipping on that kit coming to you. It's going to have some catalogs in there for you to share with your family and friends, so you can get them excited about purchasing things from you. Or if you don't want them purchasing things from you, you can always, point them my way, and you can still get your discount or have them go with you and purchase. Ooh, it's starting to rain again. I can hear it coming down out there. You guys can purchase together and you both get that discount. I mean, just saying. And then you're also going to get a free paper pumpkin in there. So if you've been curious to know what a paper pumpkin is, you're going to get one of those in your kit. So this is a fantastic way to get, yourself going on stamping and not have to break the bank doing it, because they're definitely giving you more for your $99. So it's definitely the way to go. Okay. And you will find that if you go to shopdannygarola.com, and across that little bar at the top, you're going to see that little button that says join. Click that and you will be taken into how to join the team. All right. Here is that more to celebrate that I was telling you guys about. They have added 10 more items to our celebration. So if you have already gotten all that you want out of our celebrations brochure, and you are now going, okay, there's still things that I have to buy, and I know I'm going to get some celebrations rewards, you now have 10 more items that you can choose from. Okay, you guys, coming in March, this is going to start, I believe it is March 5th. We have a new line of online exclusives that are going to come your way. Now, I did show some of the product that I had went ahead and pre-ordered during last week's video, so you can go and watch the replay of that and see some of the beautiful paper, because I know sometimes the graphic doesn't do justice. But you can see that But these are just a few of the items. I think they've put like over 15 or 20 new items in our online exclusives. Now, again, that won't be available to you until March 5th, unless you go back here and you join my team. You're going to have early access that you can add any of these online exclusive items to your starter kit. So it's kind of cool like that. And then I also have my Stippled Rose online kit class still available for you guys. You can find this over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. If you go there and go over where it says kit class, this is where you're going to read about this one. I've just recently brought my kit classes back. Okay, hello, Marcia. Welcome. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing. Thank you, Courtney, for sharing. Okay, so let me get all my papers put away here. And let me show you guys the super cute card that came in the mail. This is from Miss Karen. Karen sent this to me saying, thank you so much. And she loved the cards that I made using the Stipple Rose set. So she created one of those cards just like the ones that I made from last week using that beautiful Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. So very, very beautiful, Karen. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's do our giveaway. So drum roll. All right, so for our first giveaway, we are doing... For liking last week's video, this is using that Flight and Airy, since that was last week's class that I did. We also did a little bit of the decorative masks on the side of this, just to give it a little bit more pop and dimension to this card. So this one here, I also carried that over into the inside. I know it's hard to see here on camera. And then I use some Wink of Stella on that little bird to just make that bird kind of shine a little bit. This is going to Miss Marcia. So Marcia, this card's going to be coming to you. Okay, and then for commenting, now remember I told you guys last week that I was going to be adding in people from my YouTube channel as well, since here in the next couple of months, I am going to be switching to doing my lives on YouTube. So I have started putting my YouTube followers in on the giveaways as well, because they help share and do all that kind of stuff as well and comment over there. So this card here, this is using that Misty Moonlight along with the boho blue and that gorgeous paper there. This one here, I left blank in the inside. This is going to Miss Melanie Foy. So Melanie commented over on YouTube and she won this beautiful card. So congratulations, ladies. Okay, and then when you guys share my video for me, whether you share it here on Facebook or you share it over on YouTube, you get entered into the drawing for the sharing category. So when you share, make sure that you write shared in the comments so I know that you've shared my video either here on YouTube or here on Facebook. So I am giving away both of this paper pack. This is called the Plain with Pattern 6x6 Designer Series paper. And then I was going through some of my older embellishments that I had, and I realized that this one I have used a couple out of it, but not enough to, really make it not worth anything. But this way, this goes with this paper. You've got that, what was that color called? It was called the Purple Posy, which is no longer a color. It also has the Calypso Coral down here. You've got this, I think that was Mint Macaroon, which you have right here. The Pretty Peacock. So yeah, you've got those colors in this paper. Oh, you do have the, oh yeah, Night of Navy. That was the other one. Okay, so this here is going to be going to Miss Karen Clark. So Karen, this is coming to you. Hello, Len. Hello, Briar. Welcome, you guys. So this is going to be going to Miss Karen Clark. Thank you so much for sharing my video. I truly appreciate all you guys for what you do for me. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much. All right. So for today's cards, I have decided to do the Heartfelt Hellos because I was telling you guys, oh, here, I have to show you. Look at this beautiful artwork here. I know it's kind of like all like blended together at this point, but isn't that just wonderful? And then she's got these, well, I don't want to tip it, but these cups are like hollow on the outside. So it's not hot because the cup is actually molded in the inside of this. I don't know. You'd have to see it for me to tell you what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you guys get it. Oh, yum, yum, yum. So I am using the Heartfelt Hellos, which is part of our celebrations. It does coordinate with our hexagon punch. I have looked and I know this is on back or not back order, but it is out of stock right now. It does look like, did I read that it's supposed to be here in March? I think this is supposed to be coming back in March, this punch here, the hexagon punch. But I am going to use it with the Heartfelt Hellos since it coordinates with that. We do have another set that is called the Heartfelt Hexagons. That actually goes with this as well. But I just love the sentiments in this. And because it's a celebrations item, I really wanted to show it to you. I'm also going to be showing you guys two different papers that are from our celebrations right now too. This is called the Sunny Days paper. And I'll show you a little sampler of all of those in just a moment. But this card is using the Sunny Days along with the sentiment from this with that hexagon. So that is one card. Also, I wanted to show you that I am using the softly stippled or softly sophisticated 3D embossing folder that is part of our level 2 celebrations. So this comes with the softly sophisticated stamp set. It's a 2-parter. You get the embossing folder and the stamp set as a level number 2 embossing. So I was trying to get everything into this video since this will be the last week of me showing you guys our celebration stuff. Hello, Kim. Thank you, Becky, for sharing. And then this one here, this is using the tulle paper. It is called the Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper, and that paper you can get from Celebrations. So just know that any of these papers that I say that are on the Celebrations, if you do not get those or qualify for those by Thursday, they will no longer be available. They don't come back. They are not one of those things that they put on are online for sale. It's just, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. And then for my last card, I don't make shaker cards very often just because I think they're a little bit complicated, but this one was not complicated, and I'm probably going to make many of these because I just think it's so cute, and I just love the interaction that it has with these little shaker bits in there. But this is using our new Lavender Dreams Designer Series paper along with that Heartfelt. And then, oh, I forgot to bring over the flowers. Shoot. Ugh. What did I even use for that? I used my, hold on, I'm going to text my son really quick and have him bring it over to me. He's not going to have any idea what I'm talking about, but we're going to try. Hey, can you go into my craft room and up on the top shelf, can you grab the stamp set that is called Heartfelt Hexagons and please bring it to me? Thank you. Go into my craft room, up on the top shelf, grab me the Heartfelt hexagon stamp set and bring it to me, please? Okay, that's sent. Woohoo! Okay, so yeah, because I need to be able to stamp these flowers on the inside to show you that. So I will show you that other stamp set. Hopefully he can find it. And then also on this one, I have brought in, this is called the Perennial Postage Dies. That is this little light background back here. It coordinates with that lavender paper. All right, so here is the kit for this week, minus all these embellishments in here. So for today's cards, they might not look identical to the cards that I just showed you, because as I'm, you know, cutting my paper and doing stuff, sometimes I will kind of look at it after I'm done with it, and then I'm like, I'm going to change this, this, and this. So the kit, the cards that I'm making tonight, like, I don't really care for the embellishments that I used on this card. So I'm actually bringing in the ones that go with that lavender suite, where they're purple and they just kind of coordinate with this a little bit better. I don't know why I didn't see it until afterwards. So little things like that I'm going to change. So just to let you know. So for this week, when you shop with me and you spend at least $35 or more, and you must use my current host code. So this host code is going to go ahead and carry through Saturday until midnight, even though March does start on Friday. I will never switch my host codes in the middle of a kit week, just because I think that's very confusing for people. So even though it's not switching on the first of the month, on Saturday, when this kit will no longer be available, I will switch to the new host code. Then it'll go to the March host code. So for now, this is the current host code. So you must use this, spend $35 or more, and you're going to get a kit just like this in the mail from me. Yours is going to have a little bit more to it, because it's going to have your PDFs to how to create the cards. You can always go to my blog, and there you're going to find all the dimensions. So if you want to continue making more of these, you will find all that up on my blog tomorrow. Normally by Sunday, the PDF goes live to everybody. So if you go back and you check my blog on Saturday, go back to that week that I had made the cards for. When you go right above the shopping list that I have available, it's going to say downloadable instructions. When you click that, and it's going to be in blue writing, which you know is going to be a link. When you click on that, it's going to take you in to, did you find it? Sweet. Thank you, sir. Let me make sure. Yep, that's the right one. Woo-hoo. Thank you, buddy. And so, lost the train. Come back and get you later. I'll text you. Okay. So, yeah, just to let you guys know about the host code, so you don't have to worry about me changing it in the middle of the week for you guys. Oh, back to the kit. So yours is going to come with the PDF, and the only thing that I do not put in the kits is I don't put any embellishments in there. Now, if any of them have any kind of ribbon, I do put ribbon or twine or anything like that in for you guys. I do include that. And typically so for like instance, this piece here is embossed, I will typically emboss your piece for you. So I know people ask that, is theirs going to come plain or embossed? I do emboss it. Now, because I don't expect everybody to have everything that I use. So this way you can know that all you have to do is pretty much buy your punch and make a qualifying order and get your Heartfelt Hellos. But I know a lot of you already have a lot of this stuff, so that's why I also show it to you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Enough of me blah, blah, blabbing. But I just want to make sure you guys are all aware of what you're going to get. So you're going to get enough product for all three of the cards. And do know that when you have an inside piece to your card, I always put it on the back side of the card base. So when you open up your your pack and you see that there's pieces tucked behind that, those pieces are intended for the inside of your card. So I don't confuse anybody. Okay, so we're gonna do this card first. I also am going to be using, this is part of our online exclusives. This is called the 3-color glimmer paper. This has your Highland Heather, the Pretty Peacock, and then the Petal Pink. So I just have a little strip of that I'm going to be using on this beautiful card. So let's pull all this out. And then I am using the Sunny Days paper. This paper is beautiful. I see so many people using it. It is such a fun and bright, cheery paper. Sunny Days, you've got quite a variety here. You've got some rainbows, flowers, strawberries, butterflies, some cherries, sunshine. You've got clouds and rain. Just a major variety in papers here, and you've got some really fun colors going on as well. So that is called Sunny Days. Again, that paper is part of the celebrations. So come Thursday, this paper will no longer be available. So this is a level 1 paper. So once you spend $50, you can pick this as your celebrations reward. Okay. Oh, he's in the hospital. Kim, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you should make him a tool card. That would be fun. Okay, or the shaker card even. I mean, maybe he likes, I didn't read the rest of it. So maybe he likes a shaker card and wants to have fun with, you know, some paper. Okay, so our base is Petal Pink. I'm going to burnish that. And so my first layer, okay, move all this other stuff out of the way. My first layer is a piece of basic white. This is the layer that I need to run through the Softly Sophisticated 3D embossing folder. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna line that up just like so. And then run that through over here. Ouch. Okay, then you're gonna get this beautiful embossed white piece. That is gonna go right on the front of our card. That is gonna be our first layer. Then we need a piece of that designer series paper, and that is 2.5 by 4.5, or 4 1/4. And then a piece of Petal Pink, which is then gonna be 4.5 by 2 3/4. So that's gonna go like that. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere that together. Well, yes, if you guys own a construction business, that would be a perfect card for him. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there is going to be our next layer, and then I just have a little 1/2" strip. This is 1/2" by 4 3/4 is that glitter paper there. That is part of that 3-color glimmer paper in the Petal Pink. And on this, I just have a scrap piece of white that I need to go ahead and stamp on. Now, I am bringing in that Heartfelt hexagon. My dear son did just run this over to me. So I need to use this. I'm going to use, we've got two different decorative outsides of our hexagon. I'm going to use just the little polka dot one. Now, in order for this to keep its shape, I like to just put it on a piece of paper. If I was to put it on here, it's going to stick. So if I was to misshapen it, it's going to stay misshaped on that mat. So paper, it's not so going to stick too much to. So that's why I just do it right to a piece of paper or cardstock, whatever you have laying there. Then I need my pool party, since we've got beautiful pool party in there. And I'm going to just stamp that right on there like so. Very lightly with that, because otherwise your little polka dots do get a weird little blur to them if you try to stamp too heavy on that. Hello, Linda. Welcome. And then what we want to do is I am going to, this is the Heartfelt Hellos. This is the one that is part of the Sale-A-Bration. This one is in our catalog, the big catalog. I'm going to take the pool party. So the three colors that I have chosen for this is the Petal Pink Poppy Parade and the Pool Party. Those are the three colors that I have chosen to coordinate with that paper. As you can see, it's got all those colors in there. Now it does have, I believe that's Flirty Flamingo, but I didn't bring that one in. So the next one that I need is my Poppy Parade, and that's going to be for my sentiment. So I'm going to use Thinking of You this Easter. And so this stamp set is going to be our cling. And as you can see, this Heartfelt Hexagon is our photopolymer. All right, so I'm going to take the Thinking of You this Easter, and I'm just going to stamp that kind of towards the top here. Perfect. And then let's bring the pink back in. The Petal Pink. And for this, I just want to use, on here, there's this little decorative, I don't know what you would call it, but decorative stamp. So I'm just going to grab that and grab one of my little tiny blocks here for this. And I can either go that way or I can go, no, I'm going to go back this way. Since I've got a point down here, I think the point would look better down there. And I'm just going to kind of center that, stamp that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to bring my punch in, line that up with my punch. Punches really kind of simplify life. If you are used to using dies and you use a punch for the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm missing a step, because it's just, it really is that simple. You've got your little piece now and you didn't have to go run to a machine or anything like that. It just is one and done. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put this card together. Oops, that goes with my inside piece over there. So let's adhere this. I had a bunch of swap cards I have to get done and get in the mail. So I was finishing those up today, and I thought I was going to run out of glue. So I went ahead and put a brand new glue in here just to be on the safe side in case this one ran out. All right, this piece is then going to get adhered right over here. And I am going to go a little heavy on the glue because of the fact that this is embossed and I need to have this stick down. And since it's only going to be touching those high points, I want to make sure it gets a good adhesion. And I'm just going to hold that to make sure all those points are touching the glue and holding that on there. Okay, I think that's good. For this, I'm going to go ahead and pop up with some dimensionals. This little piece here is going to go just right across that, like so. So I'm just going to put some glue down on that. All right, let's put some dimensionals on this. Okay, and let's add this right here to the side, kind of right in the middle. Like so. And then on our little inside piece, I have just a little strip of, make sure I have it going the right way. Just a little strip. It's thin. It's only about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to run that right down the side of my inside piece, just to kind of carry my paper over. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Laura. Welcome. And I'm just going to place that right like that. And then we need to trim off this extra. Like so. And then now that's just going to get added right to the inside of our card like that. Now, if you have like a little rabbit or an Easter egg, that would be cute to kind of stamp that inside of here since it was thinking of you this Easter. Let's do some embellishments on this. I have, these are the Iridescent Pastels gems. And I just kind of think I like this. It's almost like that pool party. So I'm going to add those to it. So the little center ones here. I'm going to do one right up there. One down here. And one right there. Too cute. Oh, I love it. And it still has that softness for your Easter. You have that petal pink, but then that bright and cheery poppy parade along with the pool party. I just think that's really, really a pretty card. So that is card number 1. I hope you guys create this card and have fun with it. You can add all sorts of sentiments and change your designer series paper. This has got some great sentiments on it. This Heartfelt Hellos. You've got Dad, you're the best. Love you more. Enjoy your day. Hello. Happy Mother's Day and thinking of you this Easter. And these two I seem to have the hardest time finding on a lot of our stamp sets. Every once in a while we will come out with an Easter, but I never really like the other things that go with it. And same with like Mother's Day. We don't really have too many sets that have Mother's Day in it. So this is a perfect set because not only are you getting those two, but you're also getting the Dad, the Love You, the Enjoy Your Day, and the Hello as well. So it's kind of just those extra added bonuses. So there is card number 1, gorgeous. Okay, so now let's do card number 2. Let me clean some of my stamps off here. All right, card number 2 is this really fun Dad's Day card that we're going to be using that tool paper with. So let me grab my paper, because since I'm going to need a couple different pieces, I decided that I wasn't going to pre-cut anything. I was just going to have that pack and just grab what I needed out of it. So this is the trusty toolbox. Very, very fun paper here. You've got your, and with, if you purchase the bundle, the trusty toolbox bundle, it's going to give you some dies that can cut out the different pieces on this paper here, like the wrench and the screwdriver and the pliers. And then you've got some screws and nuts here, some with this red, the screwdriver, some ruler, just some really, really fun paper going on here. This paper right here, let me show you a big piece of that. I get a kick out of it because it does remind me of my husband's toolbox that he has in our shed. Let me find it now. Maybe. Oh, come on. I'm finding every one but it. Right here. You know what the toolbox that I'm talking about. I'm sure every one of your husbands, or maybe even yourself, has it. Where these are the drawers. Isn't that fun? I think that's great that they went ahead and carried that over into this paper. I thought, wow, that's pretty good that they took it that far. Okay, so let me put this away. And let me grab the papers that we're going to need for this and grab the envelope with everything. Now, this is one of those kits that one of the cards that I did decide to change up what I had originally had done. So let me get all the pieces out here. We need a scrap of white. I'm still going to keep the background as my pretty peacock, but instead of doing the white, because I almost think the white is kind of gets lost on the page, I decided I was going to do one of the two, if I can get them apart, of my gray. Now, I know it's hard to see because I do have the white on there, but because the tools in this paper have the like silver gray on them, I thought it went really well with the gray. And then with the gray embellishments, I think I'm steering more towards the lighter gray though, because it does kind of match that gray better. Yeah, I think I like this. So we're gonna go with that on this card, but you can still see, you know, the difference if you wanna just go with white. All right, so my card base is, this is, what color gray is that? I think that is smoky slate. Because this one is basic gray, and I know that's not the one that we're gonna use. Then we have Pretty Peacock here, and that is going to be the layer that is kind of going to hold our focal of this beautiful paper. So let's grab out what we want. So I know we're gonna go with that, with our pieces here. Then we need the solid red of those. Now you can make this in any of these papers. You know that you've got 6 different designs back to back. So you have actually 12 different designs of this paper. Let's go with this. I'm gonna go with that, and then we're gonna do the ruler. Okay, so I need those 3. So you can make a bunch of these cards in different schemes here. All right, so let's grab this. I am going to first, I'm going to cut a couple of these here. Try to get that straight. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more. So I'm gonna need 3 of each. This one, I think I'm gonna go this way. Okay. And then with our red, now with the red, I only need 2 because we're taking up the 3rd space for that with our white one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just punch out 2 of those. What's on the back side? Okay, that's just gray. Okay, like that. And then, oops, I almost just threw that paper on the floor. Okay, so I've got 3 of the tools, 2 of the screwdrivers, and 3 of our yellow ruler. And then on here, we're gonna go ahead and do our focal point of our stamp. So this time, instead of using the dots I did on the first card, I'm gonna come in here with the one that has the lines and the dots. So it's this one right here, and that is from the Heartfelt Hexagon. So we're gonna do that in Crushed Curry. And the colors that I'm stamping with on this card are going to be the Crushed Curry and the Pretty Peacock. So I'm gonna do this right here. And then let's do the Dad, You're the Best. I'm gonna do that right in the center in Pretty Peacock. Like that. Oh, those 2 colors are so pretty together. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and punch this one out. Okay, there's that. Give that a couple of seconds to dry. And then we're gonna go ahead and start putting our pieces on here. So I'm just going to start. This is why I'm not gluing anything yet, because I want to be able to move things around as I see fit, especially when it comes to spacing. I want to make sure I get my spacing correct. So I'm going to align and lay everything down first before I commit. We're going to go again with our yellow. Okay, we need this one here. Okay, perfect. So I am going to start by just adding these on there with some glue. Okay, I'm going to go in with this one first. So you guys know how I told you that my my bestie, one of her daughters is pregnant. They go in for an ultrasound tomorrow. I'm so excited to finally see pictures of this little baby. I mean, it's only the size of a peanut, but you guys all know how exciting it is when you get to see those first ultrasound pictures. It's so fun. And it's even funner when it's not you that's pregnant. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed being pregnant, but my body is not good at having babies. I'll just put it that way. And the craziest thing is my daughter, when she had her baby, that little girl flew right out of her. Not like me. My babies did not want to come out of me. They were nice and tucked in there, nice and warm, and didn't want to come out. Now, carrying babies, I did just fine. It was giving birth to them that was not, my body just was not down for it. My body never really wanted to go into labor on its own, and they always had to try to force it, and my body was like, no. So my first child was natural, and then my other two kids after that had to come C-section because my body just didn't want to give them to this crazy world we live in. They just didn't want to do it. It was like, nope, we're going to keep them in here safe and not have to deal with this crazy world. Okay, like that. And why they always say that, you know, you carry or you follow after your mother's footsteps. Wrong. Didn't work that way in our situation. Because my mom, I guess I like flew out. The doctor kept telling her to wait. And she's like, not happening, buddy. And wound up just giving birth to me. Within like just 2 hours or something. She barely made it to the hospital. And then same with my daughter. When she gave birth to my granddaughter, oh my gosh. It was like within like 3 pushes and that baby was out. It was just so crazy. I was like, what in the world? So maybe it skips a generation. It must. Okay. Let's see here. I guess I didn't line those two up too well, but it's going to work. Just like that. All right. So now we're going to go ahead. And actually, because this is such a big space, I would save these, honestly, because you can use these for more of these cards, because on the corners, when you've got those like little spots right here to fill in, these little pieces like this work great for that. So just use your base paper, your base layer as your guide, and just follow this all the way around. Yeah, the friend that I'm talking about that her daughter's pregnant, her oldest daughter is in the medical field. And when she was going through medical school, and I believe she's an RN, but when she was taking the classes, and you know how there's certain parts of training as being a nurse where you have to go to like cardiology, you have to go to all these different parts of the hospital to work in as being an RN. That's what the mom was hoping that she would have went into, you know, birthing and that kind of stuff. But she said that when she talked to her about it, she thought it was boring. I was like, what in the world? How is it boring to bring babies into the world? But she's she's one of the people who like doesn't really want to have kids. It's just not kind of in her future. But I think now that her younger sister is having a baby, out of all the siblings, she's like the most excited. So I think just having this baby come into, you know, the family, it's going to kind of be a big Ooh, surprise. And I think it might change her mind. But she actually works now. I think she's working in cardiology. I think that's what she decided to go with. Which is fine, you know. Oops, I need the big one for the center. So I'm going to take the big gray with maybe with the two smaller grays on the outside. I think it's time to change the gumminess on my Take Your Pick tool. All right, now these are the classic matte dots. They come in white, very vanilla, the gray, and then there's black, but I've used all the black up on this. All right, so now that we have that piece done, that is gonna go right on the front of our card base. Oh yeah, I definitely like the gray better than the white. I think, I mean, they're both nice, don't get me wrong, but I think the gray just kind of blends in with it nicely. I will show you it on the, like if you were gonna do the darker gray, that's not bad either, but I still think I like this lighter gray. What do you guys think? Well, we're gonna do it. I think it just kind of softens it up. I think it almost makes it a little bit more manlier, or masculine is probably the proper way to say that without being that person. Okay, so there's that. So let's do the inside. I think I'm going to, I really like this ruler paper. I'm thinking I might want to put that in the inside, or we can do this. I think I'm going to do the ruler. I really like this paper. So let's go ahead and cut a strip of this off. I'm going to go 1/2 inch on this. And we're going to go to 5 1/4, since this is a landscape card. And honestly, what I think it needs, and I didn't bring it over here, but because of this pretty peacock, I think there should be a pretty peacock behind this. So let me just grab some of that. If I can see what's going on over here. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4, the same size as the front piece that I did. And I'm going to cut this down. And I think I'm going to leave just a small, yeah, I think I'm going to go to 3 7/8. We can see if that's not going to show enough. We can always cut it down a little bit further to 5 1/8. Let's see what we think of that. And then if we have this on the bottom, oh yeah, I like that. Okay, but we need to cut this down to 5 1/8 now. Yeah, just having that little rim of pretty peacock in there in the inside really just kind of dresses up the inside of this card as well. So for our swap cards this month, it was on making a technique. Well, I am loving that new boko technique. So you guys probably saw the pictures that I had posted actually from doing so many of the little white circles over the top of my cards. I gave myself a little blister right here, and that sucker, ooh, is it sensitive? I'm like, really? Okay, so do we have workers' comp? I got hurt on the job. I got a blister. That's when you know you're doing a heck of a lot of crafting, is when you give yourself a blister using that blending brush. Okay, so yeah, I definitely like the inside with that pretty peacock in there. It really adds some depth to that and gives it more of a color combo. And it really looks well with this. So that is card number 2. All right, let me get all this paper put away here. Must be pretty windy outside. I can hear my mom's wind chimes going crazy out there. Okay, so that was card number 2. Okay, so card number 3. This is our fun little shaker card that I have in store for you guys. So let's get out the pieces for this. Make sure I have my little window sheet there. All right, I am using, this is Highland Heather. This is our base. Okay, give that a good burnish. Then my next piece, I am using this is called the Perennial Lavender Paper. Look at the purples and pinks in this paper. This paper is absolutely stunning. And then you've got it on the background of the crumb cake. I think it is just so, like, it reminds me of like very earthy kind of paper, but so, so pretty. So I am using this piece right down here because I want to bring out those different tones of purple, but there's the back side of that paper that you can see. Now this has a big sweet collection that goes with it if you do that perennial. It's got 2 different bundles that come with that suite. Okay, so this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it is going to completely cover up that full front panel of our base. Okay. Then we have, this is fresh freesia. What I have done is I have cut a piece of fresh freesia using the perennial postage dies. I have used the second die here. So the second rectangle is the one that I cut that out with. Then I have a little piece of window sheet here. And then I have 2 pieces that are exactly the same size. These are 3 by 4 1/4. And so what I need to do with these is I need to take one of them, which is going to be the front, and I am going to take my punch. I am going to watch my sides of my punch, which are exactly 3 inches, the same size as this paper. And I'm going to slide this straight down inside of there. And I'm going to take it all the way till it hits the back of my punch. That is where I'm going to center this. I'm going to watch my sides and make sure both of my sides are in there evenly. So if I hold my hands there, I know one side's not going to poke out further than the other. If I hold my hand on there, I can get that straight lined up. punch that out, and then I'm going to take that out, and then I have a perfectly centered little window right here. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and lay that on my other piece. And now what I need to do is I just need to take a pencil, and I'm just going to take very lightly and draw just a little window in that, like so. Okay. Very faint. I don't know if you guys can even see it on camera here, but I have a very faint pencil line in the inside. What I need to do now is I need to take both of my inks that I'm going to choose, which I'm going to use Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather as my two colors. And I am going to use the flower, the little floral piece here. This is from the Heartfelt Hexagon. I'm just going to use this little flower right here. Okay. And then I'm going to open up both my ink pads. Oops, I need to move this little window sheet because I'm not going to be able to see it when it slides onto that glass. So I'm just going to take my Highland Heather and I'm just going to stamp, watching my lines, and that is going to be my guide to where to stamp my little flowers. And I need my chamois opened up over here. And then make sure that's not wet. Then come into my Fresh Freesia. There we go. Go back into Highland Heather. I'm going to drop this one, drop it down low. Okay. And then now let's do Fresh Freesia one more time. We're going to do it right over here. Okay. Yep. I like that. All right, so I have a million. Every time new shaker pieces come out, sequins, all that kind of stuff, I always happen to buy them. So I have a plethora of sequins. So I told myself that I was not going to buy any more sequins until I used up the ones that I had. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use, but they are no longer available. And then I'll show you what is like comparing the ones that I have to what are in the catalog that you could use that would be almost identical to them. Okay. On my piece that I have my window piece cut out of, I'm going to use my Highland Heather ink, and bringing in my Heartfelt Hellos, I'm going to use Enjoy Your Day. And I'm going to stamp that right towards the bottom here. Just like so. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to close that ink up for now. Set that aside. And then we're going to get down to the shaker part of this. So now I'm just going to come in here and just erase this pencil mark, just because we don't want any of that being seen. Okay, so I'm going to then take my little window part and I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to take my little window piece and I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue up here in this corner. Get my glue booger off the end. Just going to add a little bit of glue up here in this corner. Oops, I think my glue is done. Okay, I think it's time for the new one. Thank God I came prepared for that. All right, I always take my little pen, shove it down inside of the other side. Now, the reason why I keep a pen in here and I shove it up inside of this is so I never catch my finger on the end of that and stab myself. But if my tip ever becomes clogged, I have this right here, really handy to have. Now, I don't want to use too much glue, but I know a lot is going to probably come out because this is a brand new bottle, but we're going to be very careful here. Just get some glue up here. Now, the reason why we can use regular glue is because nobody is going to see this back side of what we got going on here. Then I'm just going to take my little window and lay that right on top of that glue. Give that some time to adhere. Then I have my strips. Now these are thick. These are strips of dimensional pieces here. This is what we're going to use to put our dimension around that, and then we're going to put our little shaker bits in that and then put it on the back of our little window here. Okay, so give that some time. Hello, who is that? Julie. Hello, Karen. Hello, Beverly. Welcome, you guys. Okay, move that out of the way since it's empty. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. Now, the thing that I like about these strips is you can manipulate them in the shapes that you want them. So what I do is I just take off a strip of this, and then just staying around the edge of where I have done my punch, I can run this around, pushing it down along that window. And I'm leaving just a little bit of a space so you don't see your dimensional from the back side. And then once I come to the end, I can run it just slightly past that and cut that off and know that those are going to stay, because what we don't want to happen is we don't want our little shaker pieces to now start floating out of the card, right? That would not be a fun thing to give to someone and have the shaker pieces go everywhere. Now, what I've learned from this card here is once I put that around, I went ahead and put regular dimensions on here to lift everything up as well. Now, I learned that this stuff is taller than our regular dimensions. Where are the dimensions at? So as you can see, width-wise, these are quite a bit wider. So part of my card kind of sinks down where I have these dimensionals. So for this card, I'm going to use these all the way around it, just to bring everything to the same size. So I need to take another one of these and just cut some of this off and put this around my card. Ooh, that makes so much noise. I'm sorry, you guys. And then I think I'm just going to cut this little piece that I have left here in half and put one piece up there in this corner and one over here, just to make sure everything is popped up to the same height. Then I am using, these are called the Subtle Shimmer Sequins. I think these are from an old Christmas catalog that we had. But I refuse to buy anymore until I use up what I have because I have so many containers of so many colors. We even had the whale. There's like whale ones that are from quite a few years ago. I still have like 3 or 4 of those containers. I need to start giving those away for giveaways because I'll never get through all these things. But these right here, they have that same silver and white color to them that I really felt like they were really close to the loose silver sequins. So if you don't have any sequins that are in like a silver, white, whatever, I mean, you can even use gold for this card. We do have the ones right here for sale. These ones would work as well. They have purples in them. They're called the iridescent shaker circles. These are both very reasonably priced. So you can get yourself a little container of that. Now what I used in here, and again, it was kind of a trial and error. And now I realized that I would never use them again for this. These little beads were like an iridescent circle bead things. They were made for, we have these little jar shakers that stick up. They're actually shaped like a jar. They are meant to go in that. They, because when you do them in here, as you can see, the big ones are not moving because they are taller than this foam here and they will not move. Only the little tiny shaker bits are moving in there. The big ones are not moving because they're just too big. They get stuck. So I wanted to show you guys that. All right, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this and open it very carefully. And I do have a fan going, so let's not get anywhere near our fan because I do not want to be wearing these. I mean, they're pretty, but I don't want to wear them. I just put my finger in there, kind of put some of those on here. We've got some stragglers. I think I want a little bit more than that. Okay, call that good. All right. Then I'm going to pull off all my little pieces here to adhere this down. I think I'm going to wait. Well, no, I better do it now because I may not be able to get in there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and flip this on here. So I'm just going to watch my edges. And I did not pull the tape off of my outer sides because I just need that inside to hold my shaker pieces in. And then I can always pull this up and pull the strip off of this to adhere this down. So like that, because this is the back side. So you're not even going to see any of this anyways. And then here, pull this one off. More important to make sure that center is really adhered down first so those shaker pieces really stay in place. So there we go. Isn't that so cool? Oh, it's so much fun. I've got one that's stuck there. There we go. Sometimes they get kind of staticky to that cling or that white or clear window sheet. Now, our clear window sheets do come like this. They come in 12 by 12 inch sheets. And you get 2 of these big sheets in there. And if you don't make a bunch of, like, I have had this for probably 3 or 4 years now. Like, I do not make that many shaker cards. As you can see, I still have this stuff. So that kind of tells you right there that I don't make very many of them. But once I do make it, oh, I just love them. So then I'm like, oh, why do I not make more of those? So let's go ahead and adhere that right on to our little postage. Now, if you take cards to any kind of elderly facilities or dementia facilities. These cards are wonderful. Same with like fun folds, because dementia people need to be busy. That's what makes them really kind of have more bad days, I guess you would say, is if they're not busy. These little things, as simple as they are, really make all the difference in the world. Same with like if you know any kiddos or even adults at that who have like autism. These kind of things are just, it's almost like those jars that people put glitter and stuff in, and then you flip them back and forth and the glitter just goes back and forth through the water. It's kind of the same thing. They're easy, but if they get destroyed, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, so really kind of fun to create, and you can put any kind of little background behind these. I just kind of kept it simple. Make sure I am putting this on correctly the way that my card opens and not upside down, because I've done that. And again, that would be fun with somebody who has, you know, a disability, that you give them a card that goes backwards and then they just think, woohoo, they hit the jackpot. Because that's kind of how some of special needs people, that's kind of how their brain works, is it's almost like things are backwards for them. So to customize a card that opens backwards for them, that's kind of fun. Okay, there is that. Now, I want to, as you can see in this card here, I added the black little shiny ones, which aren't bad, but I thought, why not add some of these gorgeous purple fine shimmer gems just to kind of tie all this purple goodness in here. Ugh. So that's what we're gonna do. Because see, we've got the ones that are in that Highland Heather, we've got Gorgeous Grape, and then you've got the Berry Burst, which any of these would be gorgeous on there. I think I'm gonna go with the darker ones on here. I'm gonna do that there. I'll do a big one. Oops, flip over. Right there. And then let's do another small one. Right down here. Oh yeah. Definitely like the purple on there better. I think that's really pretty. And I do like the silver in here over the iridescent ones. I mean, these ones get stuck anyways, but that silver is really pretty in there. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of two different ways of, you know, adding a couple of different things in there. And that height difference, putting these around this edge like I did here. I know you guys can't see it, but looking at it, it really makes it all stand tall and nice and uniform. Other words, like on this card, this is up raised a little bit taller than my outside edge. If you gave this to somebody who's not a card maker, they probably would never know the difference. But us as card makers, I know the majority of us are very picky and very meticulous. And little things like that are just bug. So just to let you know that these are taller and you're going to want to use them around the outsides as well, just for a little tip. So I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. Let me put the inside to this. Now, I think probably what I would do here is I would bring my color back in for the inside of this card. And I would just add some of this along here. Just like that. just to kind of bring more of those purples to the inside of this card without having to always use paper. We can always, especially when you've got something that's pretty faint on the outside of this card, like those flowers, it really kind of ties everything together to have something in the inside that like brings that design out as well.
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
Off. Oh, I swear, some of these devices are so nosy. Okay. And there is our beautiful enjoy your day. So the good thing about this sentiment is you can use this for so many different things. Add your more, defined detail on the inside with what you really want to say. Happy birthday, congratulations. It's just enjoy your day. I mean, you can just tell them, hey, just have a great day. I think this makes a really good spring card as well. So let me bring in all 3 of those cards that we created tonight. I hope you guys enjoy these. I know you guys do. You always tell me how much you love the cards that I create for you. And just know that they're not all my ideas, so I don't get all the credit here. I really go on Pinterest and I really try to find other people's, cards for inspiration because, technically I think that's kind of why we're all here, is to inspire one another. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. If you would like to earn this kit from me for free, don't forget, all you have to do is spend $35 in my store, plus use this host code, and I will send you this kit in the mail. So that is good through March 2nd, the Saturday, is while this kit is available. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for coming in here. I love you all. Have a great rest of your week. Don't forget, get your cards submitted for mystery stamping. I will be doing the drawing for that on Wednesday evening around 5, 6 o'clock over on Pink Barn Stampers. Also, I will see you guys on Thursday, the 29th at 6 p.m. for the Sweet Springtime paper pumpkin kit for my alternatives. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.